guys, what is up and welcome back to the Junkyard. I'm Ian the Junkernaut, and today I've got an awesome build for you guys because I'm going to be showing you how I took this very cheap but powerful mini crossbow, admittedly fun but kind of a slow loading crapfest, and turned it into a magazine-fed 6-shot repeating crossbow. You do physically have to manually cock it between every single shot, but the fact that it's going to be clip-fed means that you can fire off rapid shots and you don't have to worry about manually putting the arrow in and getting it lined up just correctly, which can be a little bit fiddly. I'm definitely not the first or only person to come up with this idea or even make a video about it on YouTube. Joerg from the Slingshot channel being a notable mention. Keep being you, man. But at any rate, this is just my own interpretation of it. This is my first time shooting a video with a majority of the footage coming from a GoPro, and I just want to hear you guys' feedback about whether you like this kind of style, the kind of POV, better or less good than the more style of just the camera on the tripod. And number two, let you know that the audio is kind of bad, but that is not the camera's fault. That is my own fault because I left the hard waterproof case on the whole time when I was shooting because I'm dumb. So don't let that weigh too heavily on which one you like better because that can be easily fixed. Let's do it!
Clear some space first. I've got a bolt loaded up. It isn't cocked at the moment though. Just to be able to help visualize what we need to do here. So what we need to do is take this off first, because that's definitely going to get in our way. So we need something that's fairly thin to attach onto here, because it's got to fit around these cocking arms here. Some single ply, or I might be able to use a little bit of plexiglass. Let's take a look around. Let's see what we got. Oh, there's some. Grab one of these that's already in dumb shape. Like, look at this guy. Can't tell if he wants to be a square or a triangle. What if two pieces of this, it only attaches on this part that's in front? That way we don't have to worry about the tolerances as much. Yeah, how about that? But at a certain point, you just gotta kind of go for it. Take your pen. Wait, that's not a pen, that's an arrow. What a goof. This is not the safest way to use a chop saw. It's fine. Use a real writing instrument. Okay, yeah. And then we'll need another little thin piece of plywood that'll fill the gap in the back here. Remember to always use your tools in ways they weren't intended. These two frogs are like either maximum throwing it out level or they're getting it on. Remembering you have coffee that you got already that you had forgotten about is like finding $20 in your wallet. Selecting a nut. Do I want one big one or two small ones? Something. Perfect. Alan, where's your keys? Bring them over here. Alan! 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 Oh, that's not Alan. That's Steve. Steve! Steve! Oh, look at that. Just look at it. Will you just look at it? Important thing here is that we've got enough clearance here for both the string and also the back fletchings of the arrows. Ever realize that tongue twister is a tongue twister? Ah, my finger! I was just kidding. It's fine. What a cool joke. What a smart guy. That like that, we'll put that like that. If you're wondering why there's 2 screws at the top and only 1 screw at the bottom on each side, and you know what they say, laziness always pays off. What we need is some little piece of wood in here to block the bolts from moving too far forward. Oh! Let's try it again with just one. You can see the arrows it's getting pulled too far back, you know, which we can push it forward with something like this. But kind of is defeating the whole purpose of a repeating crossbow like this. Alright, so I'm feeling a little better, thinking more clear now that I've had some dinner. Just off camera was I sanded down the sides of this a little bit, and I also sanded off this section right here, so that this part can be what the bolts actually sit against. And so we're going to place it a little bit lower so that when the string goes underneath, it won't catch on this, but it will hold the bolts into the correct location. We're going to cut a little block of wood that we're going to mount here that this can set on. You probably shouldn't use tools the way I do a lot of the time. It's a perfect fit, Yay! It's just a matter of getting all the pieces to work just right. That's why you gotta be really careful.
We were able to finish up the repeating crossbow, just sanding all the edges smooth and cleaning up all that stuff made it look way more professional. So anyways, we've got our magazine here, and we did that with 2 pieces of the 1-ply plywood. When I was testing it, we had the rubber band thing going across here, so now we've got one that goes in the back and in the front. Kind of helps keep the pressure even, keeps it from rattling around too much, and so it's a nice smooth insertion. Pretty sure there's a product that you can buy that basically does this to one of these crossbows, but it's like $250, $300. You know, now that we've got the overall design pretty much figured out, you know, we could bang out another one of these really pretty quick. And remember, we do have a target over there that I'm going to be shooting in. This is really not a big accuracy test. It's about improving the rate of fire. To kind of show off the original loading speed, we're going to use this crossbow right here, which is unmodified. Cock it, push it forwards, put a bolt in, shot a little high. So that's one. You shoot another one. Load it up here. We'll shoot again. It's not horrible, you know, especially compared to a larger crossbow that you have to, you know, drop down to load, but it's definitely not fast. So let's try ours, see how we can do. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think 7's going to be too tall. Yeah. Doing 6 gives the magazine a little bit more room to get the follower started, so it's not going to be quite as janky on the top. Let me grab it, cock it back. Partial misfire. After a couple shots, it kept kind of misloading them from pushing a little bit too hard.
Too much wiggle room right here, and so we need to put something in to take up that space.
You come up with a design you think will work, you try it out, probably has some bugs, you go back to the drawing board, you fix those bugs, you try it out some more, you find another bug. That's just how these things go, and I just wanted to share the process with you guys. So we took 2 little pieces of a very, very thin wood. I mixed this a much more snug fit. First one's good, let's go ahead and load it up. Second one looks like it's chambered well. Getting better with my accuracy too. Getting used to shooting it with no No sight on it. Fourth one looks good. You know, so we've successfully made a magazine-fed, a top-loaded, self-reloading crossbow. So I probably will make a little bit more of a refined version, either to put on here or to put on the slightly smaller crossbow as well, just to make something that looks really, really nice and pretty. But I'll probably make that video more as a straightforward tutorial, giving you specific measurements and sizes and pieces, whereas this one was more focused on bang our head against it until it works. Anyways, that's it for today. I mean the Junkernaut. Thanks and bye-bye.